He is the gold standard of leaders when it comes to leaders in the Bible. He was anointed not one, not two, but 3 times before he could take his rightful place. And what makes David such a wonderful leader, not because he was a man after God's own heart, but he was flawed. But even though he was flawed, he always acted with humility. And so, when you think about perseverance, David, just like Jesus, he didn't start his reign until he was 30 years old. But he had been anointed 3 times from the time he was a little boy. But even though he was anointed and he knew his rightful place, he was humble enough to still serve. And sometimes we got to know how to serve. And so I say all this to say, he had problems. Y'all know about Bathsheba. Y'all know they were trying to kill him and all this stuff. But even though he had all those problems, God brought him out. And he saw his destiny. Amen. But I say all this to say, sometimes the size of your problem is the magnitude of your destiny. The devil ain't chasing people that are doing wrong. Trouble ain't coming to the people that's doing the trouble. That's right. We know it rain on the good and bad, rain on just and unjust. But we know right when you're at that finish line, that's when you have the hardest time. Because that's when God sees the determination, they see the faith, they see the perseverance, and God says, now here's the roadblock. Are you going to stand? When I was a child, growing up in the church, you hear people say, old people say, you holding on? You would answer back, I'm holding on. And then they say, well, keep on keeping on. That's right. That's right. And we don't hear that anymore because with the age we're in now, there's such a spirit of entitlement. Yes. We're not used to the struggle. Deserve it because we weren't allowed to have it. And so our forefathers knew about struggle, defeat, trials, and tribulations. But they also knew about the goodness and the mercy of God. And so I just thank God that I have seen trials and tribulations, but I've also seen some victories. And so, in closing, I want to say to the graduates and to the leaders that I charge you today that when we rely upon education, we get what education can do. When we rely upon the pastor, we get what the pastor can do. When we rely upon the church, we get what the church can do. But when we rely upon prayer, faith,